What is going on, everybody? My name is Ciara Lawler. Welcome to another week of Movie Mondays. This is the Heroes for Hire podcast. We are back again talking all the week's movie news, entertainment news, and just generally having a bit of a chit-chat about everything to do with film. As always, I am joined by my partner in crime, Mr. Shaun Meehan. Shaun, how is it going?
I'm good, Connor. I'd like to thank everyone for inviting us into their podcast platform of choice today.
Yeah.
We're like vampires that we need to be invited in before we can assault you with all the movie
And you can't get
news.
rid of us?
Can't get rid of us. Actually, there is one solution, actually, to get rid of us.
Go on.
If you were to, I don't know, leave a like and a rating on whatever podcast platform you're listening on, that might get us out of your house.
I don't know if you've ever seen Buffy. I don't think that's how it works.
I haven't seen Buffy at all.
She's going around with a stake like, does anyone like any podcasts around here?
And they're like, what's a podcast? It's 1996.
So Shaun, this is Movie Mondays, and it's been a pretty big week for movie news. We had a very big trailer drop for a movie that we're both very excited about, and we will be covering that later on in the show. That is the main event.
Yes.
But what we're starting with this week is, it's a heavy DC news week, is what I'll say.
Oh, and great.
But I'm gonna say to you, you know I love DC.
You do.
It's DC news that doesn't revolve around one certain man in a 4-hour movie.
Sorry, are we past the point of Snyder Cut news, finally?
I think so. I think No, you see, actually, we do have news about Snyder Cut. I don't want to lie to you.
Well, it never stopped you before.
No, it didn't. So, Shaun, we're going to start off this week with the news that Pierce Brosnan has been revealed as Dr. Fate in The Rock's Black Adam film. Now, this is pretty big news, Shaun. What do you know about Dr. Fate or Black Adam?
I thought you were going to say what you know about Pierce Brosnan.
What do you know about Irish actor Pierce Brosnan?
I know actually very little about Dr. Fate. I know what he looks like because of all the pictures that have been coming up of the casting announcement.
It's pretty good. It's a pretty cool outfit.
Pretty cool outfit. Can't wait to see Pierce Brosnan wearing that.
Yeah, that's kind of been like confused. I mean, Pierce, he's a silver fox. He's a handsome man, but
it's not saying anything about Pierce here.
Is he going to get ripped? Is Pierce going to get ripped for it?
Do you think he's going to do like a Henry Cavill style workout?
I think the whole movie he's topless. He's going to get rid of the outfit. They're just going to go Henry Cavill. Like, why don't you look exactly... Like, why don't you look like Henry Cavill? Guys, I'm 71. Leave me alone.
I'm doing my best, lads.
But yeah, he is cast as Dr. Fate. Now, The Rock's Black Adam is a film that we've heard a lot about in the last few years. And recently, they keep revealing more and more very cool... I would say very cool casting choices for the characters they're choosing, because although like Shazam is the main guy, Black Adam is Shazam's big villain, but he's played by The Rock, so he's a charismatic guy.
Yeah.
So you have a situation here where the Shazam movie is going to be like an anti-hero movie, I suppose. Maybe it's like Joker. Maybe we see Black Adam dancing down some stairs. I don't know.
Stairs in Philadelphia. Yeah, can't wait.
But we also have Atom Smasher has been cast, Hawkman has been cast in it, and Cyclone has been cast in it. So it's a pretty cool collection of like smaller characters that wouldn't normally get onto the screen. And included in that is Dr. Fate, being played by Pierce Brosnan. Now, anyone who watched Young Justice will know that Dr. Fate is in that, I think it's the second season, it's a plot from the first season, including Zatanna and her father. But basically, Dr. Fate is like, to call him uber powerful, it's a him or her. There's no gender in Dr. Fate. Once you put the helmet on, you just like lose all emotion. You are no longer you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's are just
savage.
Dr. Fate.
That's so it's like it's literally a mantle you pass on, like that. It bestows the power. Also,
in terms of the Young Justice plot, it's the idea of Zatanna's father has to put on the helmet, and they have like a very loving moment. Like, once I put this on, I'm no longer me. I am now Dr. Fate. So I basically die to put on the helmet and become Dr. Fate.
And when you take it off, do you go back to being yourself?
I don't think you ever take it off. I think you keep it on.
Oh, that's... Wow. That is heavy, man.
Now, Pierce Brosnan will be playing Kent Nelson. Enough about Zatanna's father, but Kent Nelson will be who Pierce Brosnan is playing. He's like a son of an archaeologist who is a sorcerer himself, but then he's given the magical helmet of fate. And I want to just go over some of Kent Nelson's powers, Dr. Fate's powers. In terms of the powers abilities, this is very Hero or Zero, but I'm just going to give you just this list. I have to scroll down.
Oh,
it's very similar to Martian Manhunter in what we have here.
It keeps going indefinitely in terms of powers.
Yes. So in terms of power, he has with the helmet, he has magic, Shaun. Now, what do you mean by magic? Well, he's got aura detection, astral projection, clairvoyance. He's got dimensional travel. He's got energy construct creation.
You can
energy
stop there,
negation.
and he's overpowered.
Energy resist. I've skipped 7, by the way. I've already gone down to E, but there was another 4 in between.
Amazing.
Energy resistance, flame spells, force field, healing, illusion casting, invisibility, magnetic manipulation, hypnosis, molecular reconstruction. He can affect organic matter. He's got resurrection, telepathy, teleportation, and divine empowerment.
So he's a god.
He's a god, yeah. And without his helmet, Kent Nelson has only the following magical abilities. Now, this might disappoint you.
Yeah.
He has immortality, invulnerability.
Fucking useless, lad.
Invulnerability, immortality, and telekinesis with flight and superhuman strength. Bleh. Bit
like
on the
that
weak side. No, it's not very good. And so, also his abilities, they have underneath it all. I like how they have that big long list,
yeah.
And then underneath it is archaeology is one of his abilities.
Look, you have to go to school for 4 years to learn how to do that, Connor. It is a skill.
Hand-to-hand combat, which is a basic level of hand-to-hand combat.
But you would never need to throw a punch, ever, is the thing.
He's immortal, so why does it matter?
Yeah, like, he can't die. A punch isn't going to do him in.
No. And so, obviously, that is how powerful this guy is. And Dr. Fate is very much like, nobody fucks with Dr. Fate. Because if you come into contact with whoever's wearing that helmet, you will be fucked up.
Yeah, so the fact that he's showing up in Black Adam, is he, like... Because I'm still confused as to whether Black Adam is the protagonist or the antagonist of that movie.
He starts as the protagonist and then will turn into the antagonist, I think. Or, actually, no. See, I don't think that's a movie structure that you could use. I suppose it would have to be the other way around.
I guess, yeah. So, is he fighting with or against Dr. Fate?
I would say against. Because Black Adam is also kind of a god. Like Shazam.
Yeah, like, literally, what's the speed of... The runny guy. It's all the
runny guy.
The runny guy. Shut up, okay. Hermes, that's who it is. It's all of the powers from various gods all mashed into one person. Like that's literally
and Black Adam is the first Shazam. So Black Adam was given those powers, and then he turned bad. Which is why in the Shazam film there's an empty seat, and they're kind of like, we gave these powers once before to somebody that we thought was worthy, but they had darkness inside them, and then they turned evil.
Yeah, so I totally get that aspect of it, but I also think that Pierce Brosnan playing this overpowered character, like, you wouldn't pick Pierce Brosnan unless he was kind of heavily involved in the plot, right?
I think so, but I think Pierce Brosnan, now we are biased, he's Irish, so we have to back him. He's one of ours, even though he doesn't have an Irish accent, we're not going to hold that against him.
No.
It's fine. But he has an aura, I think, of like, I don't know, he's just like coolness, I suppose, like quiet charisma. So like, if he's in the scene and he's just like, he gives you a look, you'd be like, oh, I bet he's powerful. As Dr. Fate.
Yeah, I think it's like gravitas is the word. Like
that's the word I was looking for.
He can capture your attention just by being on screen. Like, there's that scene, the one I keep thinking of is, in The World's End.
Oh, yeah.
Where he comes in and he's just sitting at a table, just casually having a pint. But instantly, that's the guy who's pretty much in control here.
Yeah, and I think he has that aura, as I said. So, like, I think he's really good casting as Dr. Fate, because you can go older with Dr. Fate in terms of who you cast, because he has the helmet on, first of all. You get the stunt guy in, you fuck it all up, right?
Absolutely.
It's very,
or just get a CGI Pierce Brosnan at this point.
It's an easy gig, but also the fact that, like, he can be Kent Nelson and then he puts the helmet on and he just becomes so powerful. It doesn't matter. Like, Dr. Fate has no age. Like, he's immortal.
That's true.
It's not,
yeah.
He's never going to get into a hand-to-hand combat that you're thinking, fuck, The Rock is way bigger than Dr. Fate, because Dr. Fate has so many powers that it doesn't matter.
Exactly. Like, Dr. Fate could fight him sitting down if he wanted to.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he'd fight him asleep, probably. Just astral project and possess him.
And you also have Hawkman, who's in this movie as well. He's an archaeologist as well, so there could be a weird archaeology that they come across, something to do with, like, Black Adam, who's from Egyptian times. Maybe there's a scenario where they're, like, going scavenging through Egyptian ruins and they come across some artifact that is Black Adam on
They
it.
awaken, yeah, like the
Yeah.
It could, yeah, and it could be as simple as that. It's like the intro, and then there's the flashback to how Black Adam got his powers, and then it's more modern day, where, like, now it's Dr. Fate fighting Black Adam.
But I think, do you think Black Adam as a movie, I think The Rock is, like, he has been touted for this role forever.
Yeah, because he was the perfect cast, like. He's
the perfect cast, but is he the perfect cast? Because The Rock is the most likeable man in the world, and Black Adam is a bad guy.
I think that is it. It's going to hard not to be on side for Black Adam through most of this movie.
And like, Zachary Levi, very nice man, but nobody can compete with the charisma of The Rock.
No, you can't. Like, in a charisma fight, The Rock wins every time.
Exactly.
So that's the reason. Like, The Rock was a bad guy in wrestling, but people just really liked him.
It didn't, because he was so funny and just, like, so likeable as a dickhead.
Yeah, exactly. And he can, like, he just has that air of, like, it's the confidence that he'll say it with, and he'll be really nice while he's telling you that you're worthless.
But yeah, I think this cast is getting stronger every single time, and, like, and all the characters they're using is very much in a specific niche of DC. That you have all of these magic, historical, like, Hawkman is hundreds of years old as well, whatever. I don't know what version they're doing, but I'm assuming this is the one that's from years back.
Yeah.
So you have Black Adam, who's also from many years ago. Dr. Fate has no time. Like, the Dr. Fate helmet is just a mantle you pass on.
Yeah, it can be anyone.
It can be anyone. Like, you could even have a Dr. Fate fought Black Adam back in Egyptian times. And that's why he's been captured all these years.
And that's it. And like you said, there's no set time that it has to be, because the characters are flexible like that. You can drop them pretty much anywhere and they can still look like, 40 to 70-year-old men.
I'm interested to see how to do this, but I hope it does well. It has The Rock front and centre, so it could be a great introduction to all of these other side characters that probably wouldn't get the love otherwise.
Exactly, yeah. So I'm interested to see where this goes. I'm actually probably more interested in this than I was in Shazam.
Yeah,
because this one has the historical thing going for it, and, like, set in the past. Like, that's maybe a little more interesting than let's watch a kid with superpowers.
Exactly. So, Shaun, we're going to have to move on to our next piece of news, and this is not DC related, but it does involve magic, and I think you're going to like it. So, we have another movie reboot coming our way, Shaun.
I'm not going to like it.
It's planned at Sony. It's a Sony reboot. I know you like
reboot.
this.
What could it...
Bewitched. A Bewitched movie reboot is coming.
Was it a light news week this week, Connor?
No, sometimes there's lots of news, but I specifically pick news stories to aggravate you.
Okay, so are they rebooting the TV show or the movie Bewitched that they made in the early 2000s?
It will be based on the original TV show this time.
Right, okay.
Right.
Is this as a direct response to WandaVision?
Actually, you know what? I think it's the same plot for the first 5 episodes anyway.
It's just going to be crazy hijinks with magical powers.
you have a witch named Samantha and her mortal husband, who's an advertising executive named Darren. And I mean, like, he was played by Will Ferrell, wasn't he? In the 2000s
yeah.
one? Was it Nicole Kidman? Was she a witch?
Bewitched movie. Hang on. 2005 this came out. Yeah, Nicole Kidman and Will Ferrell.
It came and went, and it was the biggest box office of the 2000s, I can remember.
Was it? Was it the biggest box office with 131.4 million?
I think it made $4 billion. I think. It rivaled Avatar.
Connor, it cost 85 million to make, and it made 131 million.
That's pretty poor.
So a safe bet, I would say.
That's not factoring in Farrell and the Kidman's pay slips.
Oh, but yeah, like, guess who else is in it? There's Michael Caine is in it.
Fuck off. Yeah. No way was Michael Caine in that. He starred in that and Batman Begins in the same year.
Oh my god, what a year for Michael Caine.
It's an up and down year.
He must have just, like, put a new mortgage on the house or something, and he was just paying it off.
Like, he was doing Batman Begins, he was like, this is good. This is good. And he's like, fuck it, I'll just do Bewitched. I'm too bored of being a butler. I want to be just a regular man in Bewitched. So it underperformed in theatres in the 2000s, Shaun, but now they've decided that they're bringing it back. And the world needs another Bewitched movie. Shaun, do you feel like after WandaVision, people want to see a Bewitched movie, which is literally just a series where there's a human dude, and it's basically she does magic, and she's like, he doesn't know.
I don't know. I don't think that, like... I think the format worked back in the day, because it was serialised on television. But I think, like, people didn't watch it in 2005. I get that WandaVision has made, like, people feel like, oh, that was cool back in the day. But I think and this new movie would be based on that original series. But I don't think there's the, like, interest in it. I don't think that would get people to go to a cinema. Maybe it could work as, like, a streaming movie, that you just make a movie and put it on, like, Netflix or any of those. I don't think this will do... I think this will do exactly as well as the 2005 film.
I would bring Will Ferrell back. Just like, no, come back in again, it'll be fine.
It'll be fine, we'll figure it out. Yeah.
Who do you cast?
Who do I cast in the lead roles as...
In the lead roles, because you need a witch, and you need a husband who doesn't understand.
Who's kind of like a bumbling husband?
See, I don't think Will Ferrell is perfect for that role.
No.
I think you need more bumbling. Will
Andy
Ferrell
Samberg?
is too, like... Oh, Andy Samberg. And he's always reacting like, what?
Yeah.
That's weird.
That's odd what just happened.
Cool. No doubt. That is fucking weird.
Andy Samberg and Florence Pugh. There you go.
Yes! I would watch that.
What's the name of the lady from Queen's Gambit? Anya Taylor-Joy.
Oh, yeah. I know, she's above this. Also, Florence Pugh is way above this.
Florence Pugh is also... Everyone's way above this, Con. Andy Samberg is way above this.
He's like, I'm recording Brooklyn Nine-Nine episode 20, or series 20. I'm not doing fucking this.
What if you got, like, Pete Davidson in?
Oh, no. But yes.
Wouldn't that be a train wreck? It'd be amazing.
Yeah. I think this could work as a terrible idea. So they are bringing back a Bewitched movie, Shaun. I'm excited.
I'm middling on it so far. I'll reserve judgment until, they cast The Rock and Pierce Brosnan in it.
Oh, I would watch The Rock and Pierce Brosnan as a bumbling winner. They're like a couple, but like, who's magic out of that? Rock or Pierce?
I think Pierce would be magic. And The Rock would try and solve everything with strength, but Pierce would be messing with him the whole time.
He comes in, all the chairs are on top of each other, and The Rock just like starts picking them up and fucking them around the room. What's going on in here?
So yeah, look, make it if you want, Sony. I have no interest in it.
They're going to include it in the Spider-Verse, I can only assume.
They're going to fold it into Spider-Verse. Yeah. Totally tight.
No doubt. Shout out to Samberg.
Samberg, if you're out there.
Okay, so Shaun, we're going to move on to our next piece of news. Now, I said there was going to be one bit of Snyder talk.
Yes.
And hopefully this is the last, but I don't think it will be.
Are you restoring the Snyder talk, Connor?
Hashtag Restore the Snyderverse has crossed 1 million tweets as Zack Snyder fans continue to rally that we bring back the Snyder-verse of version of the DCEU after the success of Justice League. Shaun.
I've heard this, I've seen this. Warner Brothers and Zack Snyder both came out and said, no, look, that's probably not happening. They've both come out and said that. So I don't think just hassling Warner Brothers on social media is the way to get that done.
But Shaun, what if I want it? I want it now.
Fine, I guess, but I think they're done with it now. I think because there was so much confusion around the launch, and apparently, look, the launch and everything went well for them. But there was so much just didn't Justice League already come out? And people who aren't in the know about it were like, that movie came out in 2017. Why is it 4 hours long now? So I think that they just want all that behind them. They want to move on with the DC universe that they want to make, which isn't Zack Snyder's one.
And I don't even think Zack Snyder wants to do it. Saying that, if they drive a truckload of money to his house and tip it onto the grass, and is like, we will give you $50 million to do a movie, Zack, I think even I would be like, you know what, fuck it, I'll do another Justice League.
Paycheck, why not?
Yeah, exactly. Now, he probably wants to move on as well, because this is all his life has been, but it was a project, it was a passion project for him, Justice League. But I think Justice League, at 4 hours, was able to breed, but do you think, number 2, does this set a bad precedent if then he gets to come back and start doing more movies?
I think so. I don't like the fact that just by people whining on the internet they can get what they want. And maybe that's just me, but I think that, look, if some movies can just be shit, you don't have to keep making them until they're right. Some movies you just have to leave them lie, because where does it end then? If a movie is fine, then does it get remade?
Because we both did a review last week of Zack Snyder's Justice League, and we thought it's much better than the other one. But
yeah, it's an improved movie.
And I'm allowed to say, I thought that was much better, and I liked a lot more characters in it. Now, 4 hours still probably a bit long, could probably cut to 3 hours, but in terms of character development, a million times better. But I don't really want another one. I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm done with it. That was a cool experiment to see what would happen if a movie was recut, but I don't think every director who's ever had to deal with studio interference now has to do another cut of a movie. They're looking for an Ayer cut for Snyder cut, or for Suicide Squad. They're looking for apparently an NC-17 rated Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yes. It's gone mad.
It's gone mad.
Yeah, I think it's set a precedent now that I don't like. Just let the movie be shit. And in the old days, a movie was just shit. Yeah. And you just moved on.
Look at Fantastic Four. Look at all of those times. And they didn't recut the original Fantastic Four. They just made new movies. Yeah. Which were still shit.
And also, this brings back a whole host of issues. If you restore the universe, then what happens with Ben Affleck? Do you bring him back?
Do you
have a whole
him?
separate... imagine, I seen a lot of images this week on the internet, Shaun. Internet now.
You've been on that internet again, Connor.
I've been on the internet, and they were basically like, what DC could do is they have the Snyderverse over here, and you have Batman and Justice League and Superman and Wonder Woman all there, and then you have your own separate thing from Matt Reeves' Batman and all that universe, and then you have the animated universe, and so they have all these separate universes going on at once, and I'm like, try to explain that to someone that's not us, involved in this nerd shit.
Yeah.
That you're like, Ben Affleck is Batman, but Robert Pattinson is also Batman, but they're not in the same universe as Batman. It's hard enough explaining the different Spider-Men to people that haven't seen it, and they weren't even at the same time.
No, but there's also a movie dealing with all the different Spider-Men, and yes. You kind of need to be on board with the idea. Like, and look, multiverses can work. Comics are a perfect example of that. But
comics have a buy-in that you are a nerd and you will be okay with reading many different versions of Batman. Fair enough.
Yeah.
But if they're trying to sell this to the common people, to the plebeians, to the people unlike us who have lives,
yes,
it's very hard to explain to them. Like, there's just going to be a lot of conversations with someone talking to their partner. And just being like, look, right, Ben Affleck, this is the Ben Affleck Batman movie, right? It's different from the Matt Reeves movie. Don't worry about it.
Do you know the perfect example of this, Connor? Try and explain the last 15 or 20 years of X-Men movies to someone. It's the exact same.
And then they're like, what Days of Future Past? Is that what happened there? Is that reset? Is Logan? What universe is Logan in? Don't worry about it. Honestly, it's fine.
It's grand. Don't need to worry about it. McAvoy and Stewart are both Professor X, sometimes at the same time in the same movie, but they did different things at different times in their lives.
Yeah, and sometimes McAvoy is in the Deadpool movie, Deadpool 2, but that ruins the timeline for the rest of the movies, but the timeline's fucked because Days of Future Past. Oh god, I have a headache.
Yeah, and Quicksilver is in it. Now look, he was in WandaVision. Well.
And it's always like, you say the sentence and go, well, and then you have to explain another bit.
Yeah, it's like, hang on, let me explain.
Let me explain that sidebar that I just went on in another sidebar.
It gets so convoluted so quickly. And it should be the simplest thing in the world to just make, here's Batman, he's in a movie. That's it.
Yeah.
Like,
but, I think Zack Snyder, I don't think he even wants to do it, and maybe if he does... I feel like they don't want them. The Warner Brothers CEO came out and they were like, we appreciate Zack's work and we're very thankful for his contributions to DC and we're so happy he got to bring out Justice League. Delighted for him.
Good on you, Zack.
We don't have any plans to do anything else with him.
No, we want to go in a different direction in the future. And yeah, exactly. That's fine.
Let Justice League be cool. And Zack Snyder, I think, is in a much better place if he doesn't bring out another film.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, you always retire on top.
Yeah, because as far as like the fan base and everyone concerned, Zack Snyder won against Warner Brothers. He got to put out his own version of Justice League.
And it was a good one. And oh man, if only he had more movies. And then he could live the rest of his life thinking, and every Reddit comment section, Zack Snyder wouldn't have done that. Zack Snyder would have done a way better movie than this.
And you know what? I think if that movie that he put out had been 2.5 or 3 hours long, I think I might want to see more of it.
Interesting. Interesting. Because I agree. I like everyone in it.
Yeah, I like those versions of the characters more than the ones in the Joss Whedon version.
But me being excited about that doesn't make me... I'm way more excited about Robert Pattinson's Batman as well.
Yeah, that's the better looking movie to me. That's the one I actually want to watch more of.
Yeah, just for that one bit where he punches the tug repeatedly. After that one scene, I was literally like, all my chips in. I'm fine.
The house is on this one and I don't care.
Okay, Shaun, we're going to move on. We will keep you updated on Snyder Cut news, but I think that might be it. I think we could be finished. So we're moving on to a news story that I have specifically picked just for you, Shaun.
Shit. Okay.
Because many people who listen to this show know Shaun has very few loves. And he's a very dark man, very very aggressive off camera, off mic.
That's because of the drinking.
That's the drinking and the drugs, mostly. But what Shaun also... He loves very few things. He loves comic characters that have spherical shaped heads.
It's true. And very true.
Dumb powers. And then he also loves a certain movie series that nobody remembers, but he loves. And that is National Treasure series is coming to Disney Plus.
Fuck yeah. Really? Is this good news?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, so for people who might not be in the know, I think I've seen National Treasure 1 about 7 times. I've seen National Treasure 2 Book of Secrets about 14 times.
Yeah, so so that's 21, so about 19 times too many from if you add up all the times you should have seen those two movies.
Look, I think they're solid. You get a bit of history in there, a bit of action, adventure, comedy, romance, Connor. It's all there.
Just really quickly, just run everyone back through the plot of National Treasure 1 and then 2.
Okay, so quite simple in the first one.
Yeah.
That Nicolas Cage is trying to steal the Declaration of Independence because there's a map to a treasure on the back of it.
Of course there is.
With little to no effort and only one other person helping him, he does it. He just steals it. And then they go on the run, because obviously people are after them. Because, they found...
Which you would be.
Sorry, yeah, absolutely. And also, let me explain that they knew to go to the Declaration of Independence because Sean Bean and Nicolas Cage went on a trip to the North Pole and they found a boat. And in that boat was a pipe. And in that pipe was a piece of paper, and it effectively said, look on the back of the Declaration of Independence. So then they got Riley involved.
Written in crayon.
Benjamin Franklin's crayons. And the whole thing ends at, like, knowledge was their greatest treasure all along. But then...
It's all the friends they made along the way.
That's it. But then Nicolas Cage takes a torch from the wall and lights it. And then there's a whole bunch of treasure all over the place, like actual treasure.
National treasure.
A national treasure, if you will. And then Sean Bean gets arrested. And then in the...
Doesn't die, though.
Doesn't die, for once.
It's good for Shaun.
Could pop up in the series. National Treasure 2, then. So you'd think things would be going well with all the money, but Diane Kruger and Nicolas Cage broke up. Oh, Diane Kruger was in the first one as well. So they broke up, and then...
Only you know this. Not even Diane Kruger knows she was in this film.
But then, so Ed Harris, being a bad bloke, he decides that he's going to drag Nicolas Cage's family through the mud, because apparently his ancestors committed treason or some shit. So they needed a cipher to work out a map to where the lost city of gold was.
For God's sake. But he's already after finding a load of gold, Shaun. He doesn't need any more gold.
There was knowledge in books and shit as well. This one's just gold. So
I'm sick of all this half gold. I want a room full of gold.
And so, through an adventure with his father, John Voight, Nicolas Cage reconnects his estranged mother with his father. Through a mutual shared love of history and treasure.
Yeah. Truly. Honestly, the fact that didn't win 2 Oscars for both movies is a travesty.
It really is. And look,
yeah,
it's also the treasures inside Mount Rushmore the whole time. And Ed Harris drowns in a room. Isn't there like
an eagle thing?
There is.
Something to do with eagles?
Very good. So there's an eagle on a rock that only shows up when it's raining. And so Nicolas Cage puts his hand into a hole to apparently open Mount Rushmore. And
say that line again.
To open Mount Rushmore, Connor. It's a complicated series of rope and levers.
Oh, we'll have to forget to lock Mount Rushmore for the night after going home.
Oh, I left the lights on in Mount Rushmore.
Did I leave the back gate open? No. Did I lock Mount Rushmore? No.
So Nicolas Cage has his hand in this eagle rock to, like, open Mount Rushmore, and then he screams as if it was a trap, just to worry everyone while he's there.
Oh, John Voight didn't have enough worries.
No, but John, he was busy reconnecting with his estranged wife, Connor.
Dead right.
But yeah, and I think his character is called, is it Gates? Is it Benjamin Gates? Is Nicolas Cage's character? How do I not remember the character name? Hang on.
You could tell me every single fucking thing in the film, but not what the man is called.
Nick Cage, National Treasure. It's definitely Gates. Something Gates. Hang on there now. Also, he uses MSN for a search engine. That stuck out to me as weird. Yeah, that's it. His name is Benjamin Franklin Gates.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
So with that recap done, Connor.
Yeah.
Is the National Treasure movies coming to Disney Plus, or they're making a series about it?
They're making a brand new series, but it won't be picking up where National Treasure Book of Secrets left off.
Okay, because here's the thing. Here's why I think about National Treasure 2 Book of Secrets so much.
By the way, I can see Shaun on camera, and he put like 2 big fists up in the air, and then they got slowly lower as I said there wasn't going to be a follow-up.
So, the Book of Secrets in the titular book of secrets refers to a book that is given to the US presidents that just contain every secret in American history. And Nick Cage has a look at this book.
Just have to look.
He kidnaps the president, and the president is like, "Hey, when you get that book, have a look at page 47 for me." And then the movie ends with them having cleared the Gates family name, and they meet the president in an aircraft hangar. And the president is like, "Hey, you ever get a look at that page?" And Nicolas Cage says, "Oh yes, it could be the most important discovery in human history." And then they left it there in like 2008. And I've actually thought about it maybe once a fortnight since.
I will never love anything as much as you love National Treasure 2 Book Secrets. And so I just like to let you go off.
I appreciate that. I really do. But I'm also devastated now because I'm not going to find out what's on that page.
But Shaun, maybe I was tricking you. Maybe I wasn't giving you all the information that was available. Because Mr. Jerry Bruckheimer, the producer of the original 2, has greenlit this series, right?
Right.
That's fine. And it has the original writers, and it has the producer Jerry Bruckheimer. He's going to be producing this new series for Disney+. It's going to follow a lot younger cast, and it'll have a new main character. It's going to be a reimagining of sorts. And it'll follow Jess Morales as she goes around finding things about uncovering secrets about her family's history and such. But Jerry was not going to stop there, Shaun, because he said
not like
that
Jerry.
Although he said the one for Disney Plus is a much younger cast. It's the same concept, but a young cast. The one for theatrical would be the same cast, and we're hoping to get that started and up and running in the next few years. So, Shaun, there is rumours that Mr. Jerry Bruckheimer has said that number 3 could be coming to our screens very soon.
I mean, I really hope so, because like it's been over a decade. It's been like nearly 15 years.
Yeah, but nobody other than you cares.
I care a lot, and that should count for at least 400 people, I think. Because I like that Jerry Bruckheimer's still doing. I hope he's not doing it just for a paycheck. I wouldn't put that on Jerry at all.
Are you saying that you want these movies made for passion?
Just for the love of history that the first 2.
I love how you're like shitting on Zack Snyder for like making a 4-hour movie. Like, that's not passion. He's just mad about money or whatever. Like, I hope they make Book of Secrets 3, National Treasure, with love.
It wouldn't be Book of Secrets 3, Con.
Sorry, no, you're right.
Book of Secrets, come on.
So they are going to be doing a series that you can watch that might maybe quench your appetite, because the movies, they say there could be a 3 coming with the original cast in the next few years, Shaun. How do you feel about that?
I'm so actually, honestly, embarrassingly excited.
Almost to the point of you probably should be embarrassed, isn't it?
Look, I think you should like what you like and not be ashamed of it. And I really like National Treasure, Connor. You dickhead.
I got you a National Treasure mug for your birthday.
You did. You're the real National Treasure.
It said, oh yeah, you're the real National Treasure. I'm trying to remember what it said.
It's Nicolas Cage smiling.
It is. So yeah, I wanted to show that story to you, Shaun, because I knew that would excite you. Because our next story is about something that you don't really like as much, and that is Transformers. So there is a new Transformers movie in development, separate from the main franchise, is what we have found out. Paramount is developing a new Transformers movie that is going to be an offshoot, and will be their first live-action Transformers movie. That will be their next live-action Transformers movie. So it's not going to be involved with 5, 6, 7, 8. It's going to be its own separate thing like Bumblebee.
Right, okay, so it's just a story about a Transformer and some adventures.
Mm-hmm. It's still developing more Transformers movie as well, though. Just to let you know, Paramount still working on 5, 6 and 7.
Oh, good. I was worried for a second there that we mightn't get a sequel to the King Arthur-based Transformers movie where the Earth is a Transformer.
Where do you go from there? How can the stakes be raised?
Universe is a Transformer, maybe?
Universe is a Transformer.
Yeah.
Universe is a Transformer.
Yeah.
Every planet is a Transformer, and then all the planets fight.
Or there's like a Transformer human hybrid that they have.
oh shit, somebody's going to turn into a robot.
Yeah.
It's going to be the plot of Iron Man 3.
That is a plot of Iron Man 3. Yeah, fair. I mean, like, look, Bumblebee was pretty good. I think you can tell those kind of smaller stories. Like, it doesn't have to be a story where the world is at stake or Megatron is invading and he's going to kill everyone. Just like, hey, we found a Transformer. Let's get up to some shit.
They are also, by the way, still working on the next Transformers film in the series. So, as I mentioned, they have the two of them in development at the same time. Now, this is weird because Transformers movies have been losing more and more money every single one that comes out.
Yeah.
And normally at this point you would take, right, we've got the 5, and we've done the Bumblebee movies, so technically 6, and the interest... Bumblebee was well received, but the last few in the main cast were kind of... not very well received, lost a lot of money, and they're spending a lot of money doing the films. You would think maybe we should keep it at one, but Paramount doubling down, doing 2 at the same time.
I mean, why, like, double your resources when you can spread them between 2 projects, is what I would say.
See, they're like, it worked for Marvel, so they're working on 4 movies a year, so we can do 2.
We have Transformers, lads.
Everyone loves Transformers. The planet's a Transformer.
It's like the head of Transformer, and like he's in the middle of a circle with all of the like studio executives there all around, and he's just like, Transformers. He's starting a chant, and he's wearing an
Kevin
Optimus
Feige's
Prime
there
helmet.
like, this is weird.
And John Cena's there being like, I'm in the Suicide Squad now. It doesn't matter.
I don't need you dickheads. I'm bigger than this.
I've got successful DC money.
Do you feel like there's an audience for another Transformers offshoot film?
I mean, there's been an audience for all the other ones, like however dwindling it might be.
Can I tell you who's going to write it though? This might set you back.
Right.
Do you remember a little movie that Marvel did for Netflix known as, not Daredevil, The Defenders? Sorry, The Defenders. The writer for The Defenders will be writing the script for this Transformers film.
So, the series where, New York was built on dragon bones and then they just destroy it at the end.
And then Iron Fist is like, I'll never punch the wall that only I can punch and release the dragons. And then
goes to throw a punch at someone.
Yeah, and then they're like, bet you can't get me. Iron Fist is like, I'm so mad, I'm gonna punch you right now.
And then he punches the dragons because he's a fucking dumbass in that show. And in his own show.
And in every show. Danny Rand, fuck off.
I don't... It doesn't give any details about like what Transformer it might be or anything like that.
It does not, no. But I don't think it's going to be Bumblebee because they've already done Bumblebee. So I'm assuming Optimus Prime.
I'm thinking Soundwave.
Oh, Soundwave.
Here's my reasoning, right?
He starts a podcast.
That'd be really good. No, I want set it in the 80s or the 90s and make Soundwave be like the actual boombox. That he used to be in the cartoon, and he takes a ragtag dance crew and brings them to the top of nationals. It's
the plot of Save the Last Dance from 2001.
You do Save the Last Dance, but with a Transformer.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Huh? And Soundwave's there, and he's like, these ballerinas and these hip-hop dancers, they're never going to get along. And then eventually, they get along and they win the competition.
They learn that it's their differences that strengthen them, not make them weaker.
And the community centre is about to go under, but they need $1,000, and the competition gives them $1,001 as a prize.
Tax-free.
The tax is on the $1.
so it's $999 that they get in the end, and they lose the crew.
They're like, we couldn't make the $1. We got so close.
And Soundwave just pulls out like a gun and is just like, well, I guess that's the end of this story. Then it cuts to black like The Sopranos.
Oh, that's good. That is good. I would watch that movie.
I think it'd be alright. Put Transformers in weird situations. Fuck it.
Yeah, I still think they're going to do Optimus Prime. Because Optimus Prime hasn't had his own movie, and that is mad to me, because it's the only one people know.
Yeah, he's the most well-known Transformer. Even after Bumblebee got his own movie.
And, like, it's annoying because they've already shown Optimus Prime can fly, but he didn't fly in any other film. So, do you show him flying in his own movie? But then that implies, if it's set in the 90s, that for all the other movies, he was like, I don't need the wings today. We're about to die.
We're going to need someone to explain the Transformers timeline, Connor.
Yeah, and you're going to need someone. We're going to, what we were doing earlier on in regards to the Snyderverse and all the Batman things, we're going to need someone to explain that to us. But like, and sorry, actually, another thing. They have the planet, and then while you're there, actually, another thing. Optimus Prime can fly, but he didn't fly, but he has a big sword, but sometimes he doesn't fly. Don't worry about. There's dragons, there's dinosaur transformers, but they're not really seen that often. I wouldn't worry about them as well.
Actual wizards like Merlin. Merlin was a dude.
The Tooch is there. The Tooch is around sometimes.
The Tooch is like a constant in the Transformers universe. Like, he's in most of the movies.
I would watch the Transformers movie if the Tooch was the main character.
Oh my god. Yeah, and he's the inventor of the boombox because he meets Soundwave in the 90s.
And he's like, this dance crew's never gonna win.
And then he becomes the leader of the dance crew.
Yeah. Originally, he's like against it, and he's like, Soundwave, you're crazy. I'm Stanley Tucci, and I know dancing, and that's not dancing.
He works for the law firm that's trying to shut down the community centre.
And yeah, and he feels bad, but like, he's like, I have to do it, man, it's my job.
Yeah.
And then he sees the dance crew perform, and he's like, you know what? And he rips the paper up in front of them. There'll be no payments today, boys.
Rips off his sleeves and just starts fucking going for it.
Starts spinning on his head.
Yeah. His chromed dome.
I would watch that movie. I think this is the worst, best movie we've ever done.
I think if we pitch this to the Tooch, he'd love it.
The Tooch would do anything. He doesn't give him a fucking martini, he'll do anything.
Yeah, oh man, I love the Tooch. I'm glad he's definitely going to be in this new Transformers movie that we've made up.
And when he's not cast, and this is just an Optimus Prime movie that's by the numbers, we're going to be disappointed.
Oh, we will restore the Toochiverse. That doesn't work.
Not really. We stand the Tooch?
We stand the Tooch, yes.
We stand the Tooch.
Excellent work, Connor.
So we're going to move on to our next piece of news, and this is a little more DC news before we get to the main event, Shaun.
Okay.
Mr. J.J. Abrams he's been doing a Superman reboot that we covered a little bit before.
Yes.
And originally we thought it was just going to be a full reboot. Henry Cavill is out. But now it's a bit more mixed up because the news is that J.J. Abrams' Superman reboot, rumoured to exist in the DCEU, and Henry Cavill could appear, but it won't follow Superman, but it'll follow another Kryptonian.
Right. Okay, I'm confused by what that means. Like, I know they were talking about having Henry Cavill be more of a cameo type dude from now on, that he wouldn't necessarily be the main star of a solo movie. But also, where does this Superman movie take place? I'm assuming, like, in the timeline, I'm assuming it's after Justice League, but in that case, which one?
It takes place, I'm assuming, after the Zack Snyder Justice League, because I think that's now canon, but this would also exist in the same universe as the likes of Wonder Woman and Aquaman, and won't be a one-off like Joker or the Batman.
But, okay, so...
But Clarke Kent is not involved. There's going to be another superhuman Superman.
But it's another Kryptonian, they're saying.
Another Kryptonian, yes.
And it's not his cousin, who... Supergirl? It's not Supergirl.
It's not Supergirl. It's Superman. They are doing a Supergirl movie as well. This is a Superman reboot.
This is... How do they keep doing this? How do they keep confusing this further? So, okay, look, you can have two people be the same... Because they can both be Superman. There was 4 Supermen at one point in the comics. I'm aware of that.
During Doomsday, when Doomsday turned up, there was 4 Supermen.
But surely they've missed the boat on that now that Superman is back.
I feel like there was a gap there in the market and they just kind of didn't fill it.
Yeah, like it was never addressed. So, like, I could understand if there was like a time skip involved in Justice League of maybe a couple of years, and then you go back and explain, oh, there were this Superman was operating during that time. kind of under the radar. Then at the end of the movie, Henry Cavill comes in and is like, thanks for your help. But to just have, another Kryptonian showed up. How? How many Kryptonians are left?
So, rumours have been already circling that the new Superman will either be Val Zod or Calvin Ellis, both of whom would be new characters where the silver screen is concerned, Shaun. And again, this idea could work with either of these characters following some slight tweaks to their comic book origin, Shaun. So, but they've also rumoured that Michael B. Jordan will be the Superman in this. So, you could have a scenario where there's a Superman movie where both Supermen are Michael B. Jordan or Henry Cavill, which to me sounds like you'll get people in to see that.
Excellent poster, I must say. So apparently Val Zod is from a different universe. He's from Earth 2.
Yeah.
And so I guess you just pull in a Superman from another universe, that he's like the last survivor there. But
okay.
Can we... But then, hang on, because if there's other universes, then where does... Hang on, because if there's other universes, and have they established that yet? Because is the nightmare stuff that's in fucking Zack Snyder's Justice League is meant to be in the future, or is that an alternate timeline? Or is it a dream?
It's a dream? Is it a dream?
I don't know, Connor. I really don't know.
So Calvin Ellis is also Kal-El, and he's the Superman of Earth 23.
Okay, so they're going probably with alternate universe flies through a rip in time or something.
Yeah, and Calvin Ellis is normally the President of the United States.
Oh, interesting.
He's also an African American Superman, which would factor in Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, perfect. So is Val Zod, by the way, from what I'm seeing on the wiki. So yeah, that all fits. That Michael B. Jordan is definitely Superman, as we dreamed.
Well, he's rumoured, and J.J. Abrams has come out and said it's either going to be these two, or rumours are saying that it's either these two. But I suppose they would fuel one another.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, look...
I still think it's cooler if you just make Michael B. Jordan Superman, Clarke Kent. Like, don't back out of it.
Just like lean into it, that it's like, it's actual Clarke Kent.
I don't think they'll have the balls. But we've always said comic book characters are comic book characters. Like, just let them be whoever. Like, cast whoever's the best. And so I think it's really cool if they just cast Clarke Kent as Michael B. Jordan.
I definitely think that would be cool. Look, alternate universe stuff can also be cool, and it can also work. Like, there's no reason it can't. It works in comics. It can work in film. It might need a bit of explanation up top. You might need to do some hand-wavy science to say how, like, when the mother box is fused, it brought together all the universes for a brief instant. There's something like that shit. But I'm just... It's odd that they would include Henry Cavill. Because if they want to do a Superman movie that isn't about Henry Cavill's version of Superman, why would you put him in it at all?
Unless he gives the other Superman a thumbs up. It's like, you're doing alright, kid, I'll leave this to you.
I guess. But they kind of did that with the ending of Shazam, but Henry Cavill wasn't in it.
Yeah, they just used, like, his shoulders.
Yeah, they just used a body double in a Superman suit. I'm so not even confused. I'm so burned by the DCEU that I'm, like, reluctant to get too interested in this project.
Okay.
Because what if it's shit, Connor?
What if it is shit? So, okay, I wanted to give that just as a bit of a taster. They are going to be doing another Superman reboot. J.J. Abrams is producing it. His Bad Robot Company is behind it, and so Henry Cavill is in it, but he's not in it. But there's a whole new Superman that's rumoured to be Michael B. Jordan. So that is going on the side, okay? We'll keep you updated on any other news on that. But Shaun, the big news this week is also DC related, and it's something you might be interested in.
Oh.
Because it is the trailer for the Suicide Squad. That is James Gunn's The Suicide Squad. Shaun, we've seen the trailer. What are your thoughts?
This looks like a fun movie. It looks more indie than I thought it would.
Yes.
Like, it looks very
Yeah.
much like and I don't like using the word, but it looks like passion project kind of. That like, oh, they're doing what they can with what they have in this movie. It looks,
The cast is gigantic.
cast
by the
is
way.
ridiculous. There's a bit at the end where
Yeah.
it flashes up all the names of the cast members, and it's one of the most A-list casts that have ever been in a film together.
But I think it's A-list cast, but also like A-listers for people like us that like they probably aren't like. I think Nathan Fillion is like a massive nerd favourite.
Yeah.
But I don't know if Nathan Fillion has like Pierce Brosnan draw power. But for us, we're like, oh, Nathan Fillion's in this. But I'd say
Deadly.
this is good.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
And the there's like, it shows quite a lot about who's on the, like, it shows every character, doesn't it? Like, in who.
But it shows every character in a way that they're going to kill them all off, so it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. And there's the one thing I will say, we don't see Taika Waititi at all.
No, we don't actually. That's very interesting. Yeah, I never even realised that.
Yeah, so Taika Waititi is in this film, whether he's doing mocap or he's doing a voice or he's doing just he's a regular man, I don't know, but it's really cool. So it starts off with like they're planning a rescue of Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
And they seem much more like an actual dysfunctional team in this one, and not just a bunch of gruff people walking through the streets together.
And I didn't even recognise Joel Kinnaman as...
No.
Like, I didn't recognise him whatsoever, so I was kind of just, like, looking at him, and then when he started talking, I was like, that's Joel Kinnaman! He looks completely different.
He does. He looks like... Because this is kind of a sequel to the first Suicide Squad. Like, a lot of stuff is carrying over. But he looks like after that one, he's just had a rough fucking time of it. And he looks like he's just been putting himself on every mission he can just to keep himself busy.
His dancing girlfriend died, Shaun.
And the community centre was taken over.
And the community centre. He's a grand off, saving it. I have to dance, Margot, dance.
And they have a whole... We see, like, Peacemaker and Bloodsport?
Bloodsport, yeah. So
Bloodsport.
Bloodsport is Idris Elba.
That's it. They don't get along. And I think that's going to play into things later.
I think that it really brings up, like, Bloodsport is the leader of the team, as well as Joel Kinnaman. I'm just going to call him Joel Kinnaman, don't worry
That's
about it. But Rick Flag, right? But it's Joel Kinnaman. And so he's the leader along with Bloodsport, which I think works, but also means Idris Elba's definitely going to die. There's not a hope he gets out of this alive.
Yeah, but he's definitely the one who, like, hates everyone but is giving himself up to save everyone, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah,
No, absolutely.
cool.
And so you also have John Cena, as we mentioned. You've got Margot Robbie. The team includes Bloodsport, Peacemaker, who's John Cena, who has the great line in this trailer that's like, if the beach was full of dicks, and someone told me I had to suck every single one of them or sit on every single one of them for
I
liberty,
had to eat every single dick for liberty.
for liberty, I would without a second hesitation.
Yeah, that's solid. Like, that's his character. He's freedom. He loves peace so much he'll kill for it.
Yeah, which is so dumb, but also perfect. You also have King Shark, who's played by Sylvester Stallone.
Sylvester Stallone is doing the voice.
Looks amazing.
Yeah, he looks so good. And he's just kind of this, like, dumb killing machine. I don't know if you've seen the Harley Quinn show, but King Shark is, like, the tech guy in that.
Is he?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's so good. So it's a completely different take, but I still love it. I love that King Shark is in this.
I love when he's just like, hand. And then Viola Davis is like, yes, that is your hand.
Yeah, Viola Davis as well making a return.
Oscar winner Viola Davis. She's alright at acting.
Just
That's why you
happens
throw
to be
her in.
this comic book movie, yeah.
What can you do?
Michael Rooker's Savant. He looks like a lunatic in this. Like, maybe it's the
along
long
with
hair.
you see him and Pete Davidson, but I think they'll be the first date.
Oh, they're like, yeah, I think they are just fodder to set the stakes. You also have Weasel, who I find deeply upsetting. Sean Gunn is like this fur-covered monster. I fucking hate it so much.
And he's licking the wall.
Yeah, it's brilliant, but it really unsettles me. I just don't like it.
And so I think the main thing is that we see the big villain that I was trying to tell you for ages, Shaun. You wouldn't believe me.
I was so on board. As soon as you said it, I was on board, Connor.
A big kaiju-looking Starro has showed up, and he's fucking massive.
Starro looks fucking amazing in this. I'm so happy.
He's like Godzilla. But I think Starro will he start off massive, but he will just produce millions of him that are all tiny.
Yeah, because it's the perfect thing. Like you have these people who, if they disobey, their head gets exploded, and you have a villain that attaches starfish to your face to control you. It controls you, yeah. Like it's a perfect match. It's also great. It's going to be great body horror from James Gunn, which is going to be amazing. You seen a sneak peek of it with King Shark ripping that guy in two, but it's going to be that for 2 hours. Do you think that there's going to be team killing in this? I don't know. I think the vibe I'm getting is that it's going to start off very quiet or slow, and once the first action set piece starts, I think we're going to be very shocked at how violent it's going to be. Yeah. Because it's already... I think it's going to be very kick-ass. I remember watching Kick-Ass going, oh, this is a movie. And then the first action scene started where Hit Girl chops off that guy's leg and his arm. And I was like, holy shit, what the fuck is going on? Oh, this is another level. Yeah, I think it's going to be that, where everyone's it's a comic book movie. Everyone's Margot Robbie's there as Harley Quinn, and she's really, perfectly cast, and, you're going to be along with everything, but someone's going to lose an arm or a leg or to get decapitated, and there's going to be blood everywhere, and you're going to be like, fuck. Yeah. Okay, there's actual stakes, and everyone's going to die. I think they're actually going to do, a fake out, because Nathan Fillion is definitely playing Arm Fall Off Boy. So there's going to be a fake out where he's everyone's like, oh, he lost an arm, and then he's like, whoop, fix that right away. There's that bit in the trailer, it's a few of them walking out in front of the American flag. Yeah. Everyone in that scene does not show up for the rest of the trailer. Do they not? No, so I think they're dead. I think, that's the first team. That could be it, that they assemble, because it's you have Captain Boomerang and Savant and Javelin and all that, but do you think they assemble one team, send them in against Starro, and they get controlled? They send them into Corte Maltese, go check this out. Yeah, and then now you have a Suicide Squad going after a Suicide Squad. Yeah, it's a whole situation where we just keep sending teams in because they keep dying. Yeah, and they never come back and the bombs don't work or whatever. Yeah, fuck. Yeah, I think so. I think that's a good catch, that they're not all in it. Yeah, I just in terms of people who are dying, now that does mean Captain Boomerang is likely to die in this movie. And I think he's really good casted, so I'd be sad if he goes, but also I can understand why you would kill him straight away as a shock. This is not the last movie. Yeah, this guy from the last movie, he's dead. He doesn't matter. Yeah. And that's the thing, none of these characters matter. That's why he picked them. That's why it's amazing, because they're all going up against Starro, who's going to take out at least 30 of them. Yeah. But there's 40 ridiculously dumb comic book characters that nobody cares about, which is right up James Gunn's alley in Guardians of the Galaxy. So send them all into their deaths repeatedly, and then maybe Harley Quinn and Rick Flag and maybe Bloodsport will be left at the end, and they'll be like, fuck, and King Shark will be left at the end. I'm so... The fact that there's a live-action King Shark happening... and he's just ripping people in two. I also like how colourful this movie is, by the way. Very bright colours. I very much like it, yeah. Yeah, because Suicide Squad was set in a grey city on a rainy night, and everyone was dressed in black. Grey city, rainy night. Yeah, and the bad guys were all blobs that were all dark, and everybody's dressed in black. Yeah, but now you have this fucking purple and red starfish walking around a tropical beach, Yeah, and they're just trying to stop him. Although it looked like Starro was in the middle of a city. Yeah, actually, there's a bit of destruction going on there. So I'm assuming they land on the beach, and then they have to make their way into the city. Yeah, and there's this whole... I think there's going to be some, Invasion of the Body Snatchers stuff where, a whole town covered in Starro faces. Yes!
Yeah, and they're all gonna be like, what the fuck is going on? But sometimes they won't be even on the face though. Sometimes the stars are around the chest. So you could have a situation where you think this town is normal, but everybody has a star attached to them somewhere.
Oh, that would be good. And I think Peter Capaldi's the leader. I think he's going to get like control, and then Starro gets all of his like knowledge and information.
Yes,
because he's like
absolutely.
He's like the smart guy of the team.
And they're like, don't cough without covering your mouth, you die. And then Rick Flagg's like, that's not an invitation to cough though, okay? Yeah. That's not real, but you're not going to die, but don't do that, man.
Yeah, I do think that like the dynamics between all the characters seems pretty good in this movie. I love David Dastmalchian as well as Polka Dot Man.
Oh yeah.
Where Idris Elba's like, we're all going to die, and he's just like, I hope so.
And then he's like, oh, for God's sake. I think this looks really good. I'm very excited about this. This and the Batman are the two things that I'm like absolutely dying to see. So I can't wait, and I just think it's going to be very beautifully gruesome body horror shit that they're all going to die and they're just going to barely survive. Yeah,
like it says in the trailer, it's the beautifully twisted mind of James Gunn.
Yeah. So I think that's it for this week's Movie Monday, Shaun.
What a week. I've had some good news this week. We had Suicide Squad and we had National Treasure. And Bewitched.
Do you want to take us out?
Yes, thank you everyone for listening to this episode of Movie Mondays. We'll be back on Wednesday with Weird News Wednesday, Friday with Hero or Zero, and next Monday with another episode of Movie Mondays. Big thanks goes out to everyone who supports us over on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast. For those of you that might have listened to the Falcon and Winter Soldier review that we put out on yesterday, those will be going up on Patreon in the future. Just a little teaser to let people know that it's a thing that we're about to do. If there's any feedback on that as well, pass it along. But we also have a little game we like to play on Patreon, which is get Shaun to say difficult things at the end of the show.
It's a fun game.
Fun game for one of us. Big thanks goes out to Waffles. Waffles loves you and is hoping that you are having a good day, but if you are not, that's okay too. It's important to feel your emotions. Big thank Strong. Good shout. Big thank you also to Ciara Lawler, David Clarke, Ed Ball, Joe Snyder cut my hair, Bernie, Raymond, #Save Martha Ging, Roisin Robbie Williams' CGI monkey enthusiast Hally, Ryan Satron Paint Evanson, Sean's Fear for a Head Jamieson, Dominic, Jessiah Florida Gal Green, Anna Maureen has the fry on Hjelmroos, and Lil Dicky Gritty the hockey mascot is just Uncle O'Grimacy in witness protection McGrew.
That's a great comment.
Gritty the hockey mascot.
Do you know who Gritty is?
I have no idea who this is. Hang on.
Oh, he's horrible. He's a horrible mascot.
He's a horrible orange bearded hockey mascot.
Yeah. Okay. He was unveiled a few years ago and everyone was just like, that is the worst mascot that's ever been unveiled ever.
I do not feel pride for my team when I look at that. That's ridiculous. But thank you to everyone who supports us over on Patreon. Link to that in the description if you want. There is also down there a link to our merch store. Get some shirts and mugs and stuff like that. Twitter at Heroes for Hire Pod. Facebook, Detective Divilment's discussion group, or Heroes for Hire Podcast, either or. And Instagram then, Heroes for Hire Podcast as well. But the most important thing is to just tell one human being that we exist.
Just the one, please.
And I think that's about it, Connor.
So I have been Connor Lawler.
I have been Shaun Meehan.
I'll see you next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.